UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.
I live in bad condition, but I got my condition in. I live in bad condition, but bad condition, bad condition, but I live in bad condition, but ramshackle estate, cold rivers, gotta make sure that you got the old niggas. My soul king's man isn't high command, but I only tell you that because I trust you. What's new? I black out on 100 miscues, daddy issues around the corner from this room. Not trying to diss you, but I look so strange because I weight train is a form of dismissal. Back pain.
Yo, this is Cadence Weapon, and this is UndergroundHipHopBlog.com.
What up, what up? It's Pawz One representing UndergroundHipHopBlog.com. We're sitting here with Cadence Weapon. He just rocked the show right here in Los Angeles. Wanted to talk to my man right now about his album. He's doing a tour as well. The album is called Hope in Dirt City.
So, yeah, I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm repping Montreal. I live in Montreal now. And I'm here on tour repping my new album, Hope in Dirt City. It's an album that is based on live instrumentation. I sample a lot of live instruments. Basically, the way I made the beats, I make all the beats myself, and I sample things traditionally, but then I take those back. I started a band in Toronto. We created our own live interpretations of the songs, and then I resampled that. So that's kind of the fly new thing I did for the album. And yeah, it's just kind of exploration of, the inner psyche of the MC.
I'm curious, what's it like as an MC working with a band, like 4 or 5 members in a band, and getting everybody on the same page? What's that process like?
Well, it's kind of it was kind of difficult because I'm used to working on my own. I make the beats and then just rap the tracks and do everything pretty much myself. But yeah, when you're working with other people's minds and other people's opinions on how things should be, and other musical influences that maybe I didn't have, it was kind of complex. But in the end, it worked out. People, I think what we ended up doing, it made sense in the end.
That's real dope. I wanted to talk to you about the show tonight. I noticed the energy is like really, really, really is high. The stage presence is there. How did you pretty much like mold the stage presence?
Well, I grew up in Edmonton, and actually it wasn't really rap shows for me. It was mostly like hardcore bands, like rock bands and stuff growing up. And I would see that kind of energy and that intensity and see how it would be reflected back by the audience. So I've always been influenced by that kind of energy. But I mean, a lot of it's just experience. Like, I played a lot of shows and I've toured around a lot, and I feel like people can tell when you're not trying. People can tell when you don't really care. So I try to put in, as much of myself into every performance I do.
I wanted to talk to you about the beat selection. I know a minute ago you had mentioned that you made your own beats. What was that process like? Like, what sounds were you digging for, actually?
Well, I wanted to kind of have a vibe where it was like you were unsure whether or not I was sampling like a record, or if it was a live instrument, or if it was a real band or whatever. I wanted it to be kind of like some of the Roots records where they have the live instrumentation, but they also have like some sampled elements too. And so I wanted to have something that was kind of organic and had real instruments, but also had that kind of grit and that grime of hip hop. So I think I achieved that mainly, but I've also been focusing on getting beats from other people because I never really did that much. I mean, a couple of the tracks on this album are like that, but yeah, I feel like I look for something that helps me tell a story, ultimately.
Something that plays the backdrop for the message you're trying to convey. That's dope. Today I saw you, after the show, I saw you selling merch yourself, connecting with the fans. What's it like to be in Los Angeles connecting with your fans out here?
It's amazing. I mean, I really like LA, and I always have a good time here playing. I played here before at the El Rey. I played here earlier this year with the band Japan Droids at Echoplex. But yeah, I've always felt like hang out with my man, Subtitle. But yeah, I mean, that's just something I always do. Like, I feel like I don't like to have barriers between me and my audience, and I want to meet everybody who comes to the shows, and I really want people to come away with like a really full experience every time I play.
For all the people out there, you want to give them some links where they can find your videos, your music, things like that?
Yeah. Well, I'm on Twitter, first and foremost. I'm on at Cadence Weapon. My website's cadenceweaponmusic.com, and you can find my music just on iTunes or anything, or I also on facebook.com/cadenceweapon, and yeah, you can find it anywhere. If you get your Google on, and it's out there.
There it is. Big ups to Cadence Weapon. out here in Los Angeles. It's undergroundhiphopblog.com. Peace.